Quiz 10 study guide. And number 1, you are asked to find the measure of arc PQ. I would highly recommend a highlighter for this quiz. Any kind of colored pencil, any kind of a colored marker, something along those lines. And then when you read the question, I would recommend that you highlight on the picture what the question is asking for. When you get this picture and you've got R, P, and Q, and you've got angle P at 31 degrees, but the question is asking for arc PQ. That's this arc. Highlight that arc. That's what the question's asking for. The way the question is set up, it's set up to have you find what arc RQ equals. Because R to Q is twice as big as this inscribed angle, so it is 62 degrees. But that's not the question, is it? The question is P to Q. P to Q is going to be equal to 180 minus the 62 degrees. Okay, because PQ and QR are a semicircle and they sum 180. So 180 minus 62 is 118. 118 is arc PQ. Highlight what they're asking for in the question and make sure you answer what they're asking for. Number 2, ask you to find angle ABC. So in that picture, I would highlight that angle. And you got something that looks like this. Here's your points A, B, and C. And you're given this arc right here, which is 122. This is the angle you're looking for. This inscribed angle will be half of this arc. And this arc up here is going to be equal to 180 minus 122. So arc AC, 180 minus 122, is 58. This arc is 58 degrees. And an inscribed angle is 1/2 of its intercepted arc. So you take the 58 divided by 2. So that angle right in here, this angle, 29 degrees. Alright, it's half of the 58. Problem 3. You're asked to find the value of x. Alright? And here's your situation. Alright, you're told that angle A is 3x minus 5. You're told that angle D is 2x plus 15. You've got this 47 degree angle right here. The 47 degree angle is a decoy. Okay? Both angles, red angle and blue angle, they both intercept the same arc. They both intercept arc BC. So if the two inscribed angles intercept the same arc, then they're equal to each other. So your 3x minus 5 is equal to 2x plus 15. You can subtract 2x from each side. And x minus 5 equals 15. And then you can add 5 to each side. And x is equal to 20. So boom, 20. And that's all they're asking for in that question. In number 4, again, you're finding the value of x. We covered this theorem yesterday. And the theorem we talked about yesterday said that if an inscribed angle intercepts a diameter, which in this case, this segment running through the center of the circle is a diameter, that makes this angle a 90-degree angle. If that angle, if the blue angle is a 90-degree angle, then it's a right triangle. And the acute angles in a right triangle add up to 90 degrees. So your math in this problem is 4x plus 60 equals 90. 4x plus 60 equals 90. So you can subtract 60. Your 4x equals 30. You can divide by 4. And your x is equal to 7.5. And I don't know how you remind yourselves to be careful, but I would put maybe a star or something right there. Because what I could see you doing, I could see people doing just right off the bat, is making the 4x equal to the 60. Just because you're given those two numbers and you're asked to solve for x. But don't do that, okay? The 4x isn't equal to 60, is it? Those two added together equal 90 degrees. Number 5. You're asked for angle D and angle C. Angle D and angle C. Here's your circle. It's got a quadrilateral inscribed in it. We covered this theorem yesterday. Said that if a quadrilateral is inscribed in a circle, then opposite angles are supplementary. Supplementary means they sum 180. So for angle D, you need to find the value of x, and then you need to substitute it. So angle D and angle B, they're opposite of each other. So they're supplementary. So your x plus 7 plus your x minus 1 equals 180. So combine your x's. X and x is 2x. And then you combine your 7 and your negative 1. Positive 7 combined with a negative 1 is positive 6 equals 180. And you can subtract 6. And divide by 2. So your x is equal to 174 divided by 2, which is 87. If your x is equal to 87, then angle D is equal to 87 plus 7, which is 94 degrees. for your y's, you've got 3y plus 4 plus 2y plus 16. Those two angles equal 180 degrees. So again, combining like terms, 3y plus 2y is 5y, and 4 plus 16 is positive 20, and that equals 180. So you can subtract 20 from each side. 5y equals 160, and you can divide by 5. So 160 divided by 5 is 32. So your y is equal to 32. But that's not what was asked. You're asked to find a measure of angle C. Angle C is equal to 2 times y plus 16. So C equals 2 times 32 plus 16. And 2 times 32 is 64 plus 16 is 80 degrees. So those are your two angle measures. All right, you got 7, 8, 9, and 10. Number 7, angle A. So that's the measure of angle A. Number 8, measure of arc AB. Number 9 is angle C, which is the measure of angle C. And number 10 is the measure of arc BC. So everything's coming from the same picture. And your picture looks like this. Angle A is 9x minus 3. That's angle A. Here's angle C. Here's angle B. And angle B is 4x plus 2. Alright. If an inscribed angle intercepts the diameter of a circle, it forms a 90-degree angle. If angle C is 90 degrees, then angle A plus angle B equals 90 degrees. So your algebra or your math would be 9x minus 3 plus 4x plus 2 equals 90. So you combine your x's. A 9x and a 4x is a 13x. You combine your numbers, your whole numbers. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1, and that equals 90. So you can add 1 to each side. 13x equals 91, and you can divide by 13. So your x is equal to 7. There's your first step. The measure of angle A, 9 times 7 minus 3. And what's 9 times 7? Minus 3? 60. Good. Alright, so angle A is 60 degrees. The measure of arc AB, the measure of arc AB, that's right here, A to B. That's a semicircle, isn't it? Yep, that's 180. The measure of angle C. That's a tough one, isn't it? What's the measure of angle C? 90, good. Alright, the measure of arc BC. Arc BC, that's right here, from B to C. So look at your eyes, or take your eyes. Arc BC is the intercepted arc that relates to this angle right here, isn't it? This angle right there. There's a lot going on in this picture right here. But arc BC is twice as big as angle A. Alright? Angle A is an inscribed angle. Angle A is right back here, and it hits the circle at B and C. So the red arc is twice as big as angle A. So the red arc is 120. So 120 degrees. Any questions on any of those problems? Make sure you look over your study guide and that you are prepared for the quiz, because tomorrow's an early release day, so you've got 8 or 9 less minutes to complete the quiz. Does everybody know the symbol for measure of an angle? Measure of an angle? We just said it like a couple times. Measure of an angle, right? Lowercase script with the angle symbol means measure of angle. Y'all know the symbol for parallel? If not, look it up. Okay? If not, look it up and make sure you know it tomorrow. Any other questions? Any questions from the study guide? It's been